And welcome everybody to Around the Block with Mike Knoxxx, right here, powered by Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM, BDSR Networks, Perfect Plex Talk Radio. I am your host, Mike Knoxxx, and indeed, I spell my name with 3 X's because absolutely, positively, I am hardcore, and so was the Royal Rumble, people. Listen, I almost gave out the phone number there, Mike, because I'm so used to being live on air and giving out the phone number almost. Hey, call in 347-687-3859. But you can't call in right now, but you can join us via the Yube to the Tube. So make sure you tune in. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are live talking Royal Rumble. And Micah, I got to say this much, man, just to go ahead and run this card down. We had the Bullet Club win the titles, as I predicted. We had the ladies of SmackDown win on Naomi's side, as I predicted. We had Nia Jax win, as I predicted. We had Ty Dillinger be number 10 in the Royal Rumble, which everyone predicted, right?
Everyone.
I did not. I picked Roman to win against the Universal match. He did not win that match. I picked Jonathan Cena to become the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. People, wake up, okay? Wake up. These kids don't know shit about Ric Flair. Okay, respect this dude. Let's keep it real. No. Looking into the new millennium, these millennials don't know Flair outside of a woo here and there at whatever sporting event they pay for him to come to. I said it. I'm not afraid to say it. Cena wins the match. Then the Royal Rumble, which I got to be honest with you. The Royal Rumble, to me, you know how we say WrestleMania is the Super Bowl? Well, to me, Royal Rumble is All-Star Saturday night.
Okay.
So as I'm watching the Royal Rumble, as I'm watching this unfold, I was kind of bored with the match itself, and I'm normally never, bored with the match. And again, let me just rephrase that. I'm not sure if I was exactly bored or I've been grinding a lot these last couple of weeks and trying to get to the 2K tournament. So I've been up a lot, doing a lot of late nights. So maybe that's part of the reason as well. But I kind of dozed off. Woke back up when it mattered most. I don't even say about maybe 5 minutes of the Rumble. Nothing major. I did kind of doze off. On it. We did not get the surprise entrance as we thought would happen, as Rumbles in the past have happened. We didn't get the legend nostalgia feelings that some thought and said it would happen. We had a straight Rumble from the guys that are on Raw, guys that are on SmackDown, and a surprising winner in the Royal Rumble, which I'll be honest, I think maybe a handful of people I saw predicted, no major people, so just fans. Okay, no Dave Metzgers, no LAWs, no Mike Knoxes of the world predicted Randy Orton winning. He won the Royal Rumble. I like that he won the Royal Rumble. This is Around the Blocks with Mike Knoxxx, Royal Rumble review, joined by Emmy Richmond, Micah on the Twitter. Micah, your thoughts on the Royal Rumble, friend?
So what? Why? I wanted AJ to get 3 clean wins. Look, I already knew that John Cena was getting 16. I just wanted AJ to get 3 clean wins. That's all I wanted. Well, the first win wasn't clean, but I wanted him to have 2 solid clean wins and to break the ceiling that supposedly Cena has when it comes to certain talents. Now, granted, let's be honest with ourselves here. There's nothing, and I mean nothing, outside of really, really bad booking that WWE can do to the star power of AJ Styles, in my opinion. Now, everyone
That's correct. So everybody needs to shut up about that. He's not burying AJ Styles. AJ Styles can't be buried. Why? Because you, the fans, won't let him be buried, because you, the fans, decide who's buried and who's really not buried by your reaction. It's WrestleMania season. F the dirt sheets and F the fans that don't understand the business. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I get excited.
Well, no, it's okay. I mean, but there's plenty of us who understand the business that just don't want to see John Cena win anymore.
Oh, I'm not talking about that part, but that's just stupidity. But listen. I'm 41 years old. I'm 41 years old. I've seen Flair win a bunch of damn times. I've seen Sting win a bunch of damn times. I've seen Hogan win a bunch of damn time. People, stop your damn time bitching. That's the business.
So Mike, at the end of the day, though, right? At the end of the day, if we had social media and the kind of sheets that we have now, back in those times, we'll be complaining about Flair winning all the time, about Hogan winning all the time.
Listen, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. If we had the internet back then, with the way we have it now, I don't think we would have been complaining because I was around, not nowhere near the spectrum of people, obviously, that social media brings together. But people that I would run into, no one was complaining. Again, like in everything in life, you have those who like, you have those who don't. I was never a Four Horsemen fan growing up. I told you that. I spoke to Kelly Blanchard, friend of the program, multiple times myself. And he said, you know what, Mike, friend of the program, I respect that because we didn't want to be like that. Was not our job. We looked at people with a third eye when they did cheer for us. Because again, listen, this isn't about whether you like John Cena or you don't like John Cena. This is about putting your intelligent wrestling caps on and think for a second. You think Vincent McMahon is not going to have a record that's his name on it? His name.
Of course, he wanted the record has his name.
Okay, then.
He wants to have his name.
You saw Ric Flair. You already saw Ric Flair take the picture with him backstage. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Wouldn't John Cena be the only? Well, not to say the only, because you had the Rock, because you had the Rock too. But as far as longevity, everything that Vince wanted in a guy that he created himself, because those of us know, HH wasn't created by Vince. It was just propelled by Vince's media prowess. Nature Boy wasn't created by Vince. Stone Cold.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure if why Shabazz friend of the program in the chat here on YouTube is booing me for what I said about the Horsemen or booing you. I'm gonna stop the one part you said right there, okay? Because you're absolutely positively wrong. He did create. He did create Hulk Hogan. This McMahon made Hulk Hogan. Let's stop all the dumb shit. He created Hulk Hogan. He created Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hulk Hogan was nothing before he became Hulk Hogan in the WWE. Remember that. Remember what he was.
Okay.
This McMahon, see, this is what it is, people. So everybody can stop being upset and stop being hurt. It's the same way when you saw your wife. You saw her. You thought about how you would approach her. You thought about how you can get her to be your girl to eventually sell yourself to make her your wife. That's what Vince did with Hulk Hogan, whose name we're not even supposed to say. Okay? But since they're saying his name anyway, okay? And I just got to be honest with you. Who was him before Vince? Nothing. What was Stone Cold Steve Austin before Vince turned him into Stone Cold Steve Austin that y'all know and love? Wait, Hollywood Blondes. Was I a fan? Yes, I was. Stunning Steve Austin. Was I a fan? Yes, I was. But let's keep it real, guys. Stunning Steve Austin was not putting butts in the seats. Stone Cold Steve Austin drinking beer, middle finger swearing, put butts in the seats. So if anybody say Vince McMahon had no part in that, I'm sorry. I'm going to continue to say what I always say. You don't know the business. Because I'm not saying he built him. Without him, he wouldn't be who he was. I'm going to say that. Yes. Without Vince McMahon, he wouldn't be Stone Cold. But Stone Cold, because I think character, job to run with it.
Yeah, I think they failed.
Stone Cold, of course. But
I think Steve Austin. I think Steve Austin took a risk, and that risk paid huge dividends for the company. But as far as like the making of Stone Cold, granted, without the boss figure to really feud with, then that Stone Cold would not be iconic. I just don't feel like that Vince himself was creative. Like, yeah, you know what? You're gonna break off from the $1 Million Man, and you're gonna feud with me, because we need some Stone Cold. You're gonna say Austin 316, yeah, I just whooped your ass. Yeah. I don't think Vince did any of that. That's just me. That's just what I think about that. But overall, I watched the whole Rumble from the beginning to the end. Everybody and their mama said that Ty Dillinger better come out of 10 or they're going to go ECW style in the place, which is Texas. They don't know what ECW, they don't know how to go ECW or anything.
Well, they say they know how to go ECW in Texas.
Yeah, they know how to go ECW in Mexicans, but not necessarily on actual wrestling. So, unless you're a Von Erich and a Freebird, but I did like the Royal Rumble match, and here's the thing that with my disdain for the idea of what John Cena is, at the end of the day, the match that he and AJ put on, it had me invested because, like I was saying, I was telling some dude on Twitter that I feel that John Cena is like the Dallas Cowboys, to where he has so much prestige about him and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, for the last 15 years, he was actually overrated. And that's just me, right? And of course, that doesn't affect your world. It doesn't affect your world, just like your world doesn't affect my world when it comes to what we believe. But this match right here was one of those things that made you so invested because you wanted to see him lose. You had to see him lose. You did not want to get him the number 16. I actually believe that more people are pissed off at Roman Reigns eliminating the Undertaker than John Cena getting number 16. I think
maybe that was done that way on purpose. And let's go right there, because right now everybody out there is saying, are we going to get Orton versus Cena for the 700th time? I'm not in the back of the page. I'm not with the writing team, but I would bet you a date with my wife that doesn't happen at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Elimination Chamber is coming up. Okay. That is Elimination Chamber is coming up. So I definitely don't see any part of those two guys being at being in that and together in a match. I don't think they're going to do that. So I want wrestling fans to relax. We're not going to get John Cena versus Randy Orton. Like I said, I would almost bet. I will bet a date with my wife that won't happen. Okay. What we might get though, we might, and I will say this much as well. I still don't think we're going to get Roman Reigns versus Undertaker. That's the other word that's being said out there. People got to understand things to put things in perspective.
It's not going to be that. It's going to be him and Braun.
It's going to be him and Braun. It's going to be him and Braun. Okay. And it's going to be the winner of the Elimination Chamber as your champion. John Cena, they're not done at 16, people. That ties the record. He wants to beat the record. Well, he doesn't want to, but the company does. And let's not forget this also, guys, is that now Triple H is only 2 behind that record. Okay, he's a 14-time champion also. So let's put, again, Randy Orton's not far from that record. Ric Flair will be 4th, if not 3rd or 4th on this list when it's all said and done for 16-time world champion, that record that he did set, which was very impressive. I'm not taking anything from Ric Flair. I like to troll a little bit because a lot of you guys out there, don't understand things, and you get your, I know, I understand it. This is what happens when you never have sex with a woman. Okay, we never had sex with a woman, and you're watching TV and you're getting all upset and things. You just don't know how to handle things. So I just want to, I like to troll you the same way y'all be trying to troll me, but you can't get to me because I'm impeccable. That's why I put 3 X's. Okay, my wife is hardcore. I'm hardcore. My friends are hardcore. My computer's hardcore, and I can just keep going hardcore forever. But I won't. What I will go hardcore on though is the fact that will not happen. You will not see Orton, Cena. Guarantee it. You will not see Roman Reigns versus Taker. Guarantee it. Well, and then guess what, guys? You know the best part about me saying I guarantee? I could be completely wrong, and I wouldn't guarantee damn care. Okay, because it's WrestleMania season, and I don't give a damn. Okay, people. Royal Rumble was good from start to finish. Was it the greatest? No, it wasn't. For a Royal Rumble to be considered, in my opinion, the greatest, you got to have those surprises in the Royal Rumble. I also thought that maybe Braun should have stuck around longer until Roman came. That would have made a little bit more sense, okay? But I like the fact, at least this is what I'm assuming, okay, when I say these things. And again, I could be wrong, and I don't care because I want to be wrong, because that means that no one's right, okay? Because I know that what I'm saying is a lot better than what you guys are thinking. That much I do know. You know why I think that, Vaughn? He's not. He's just listening. But you know why I think that, Micah? Because Bret Hart told me I was a great wrestling mind. And, when Bret tells me something, who are you to tell me that I'm not? But anyway, it's just the truth. I really don't think those things are going to happen. I like the fact that the unknown. I think that the WWE this time around has given us just that, the unknown, trying to take it away from the smart marks, trying to take it away from the dirt sheets, trying to make people scramble right now to put something together. This is all you're going to hear leading up to Fastlane, leading up to Elimination Chamber, how this is going to pan out. The best part about the Royal Rumble is now the Royal Rumble is still the road to WrestleMania, but there's a lane you have to stop by first now. And they also added another wrinkle into it, which is the Elimination Chamber that we had back in the day before they brought back. So right now is a good time to be a wrestling fan and enjoy it. I enjoyed the pay-per-view. I hope all you guys enjoyed the pay-per-view. Micah, I got to say this much. The best match in the series in the rival was John Cena and AJ Styles. I don't want nobody to tell me that, AJ Styles carried John Cena yet again. I don't care if you like John Cena or not, Micah. You have to give respect to that match.
No, I give respect to the match for me being emotionally invested in it. We already know who's the better wrestler of the two. That's not even a question. That's for anyone to even suggest that John Cena is the better wrestler of the two is ridiculous. So there's some parts of that where a fan who analyzes wrestling from the physical standpoint can point to actual parts and instances in this match where John Cena was being carried. However, John Cena did what he was supposed to do. I'm just saying, John Cena did exactly what he was supposed to do. He gave us he gave us exactly what he usually give us in a match of that caliber. The only thing I'm glad about is that it wasn't this whole like he was an underdog type thing. When he came, the main thing that if you really think about it from a longevity standpoint, the only thing that would disappoint you in this match is how. Well, no, excuse me, it didn't disappoint. What I'm saying is that there was a whole lot of talk that John Cena was doing about how AJ Styles is just one of those. He's just another guy, right? And another guy wouldn't take the certain amount of stuff that John Cena threw at him in order to beat him. So at the very least, we can be mad about him getting number 16 on AJ Styles at that moment. But what we don't have to be mad at is that AJ Styles looked incredibly weak. It ain't like he tapped out to John Cena. You know what I'm saying? The reversals, the counters, everything that AJ was throwing at him made him look like he was solid and that he belonged to that main event picture. Just like he proved himself to all of us last year that he belonged to that main event picture in WWE. And honestly, if he was on Raw and they gave him that same booking, it'll be even better because he has more guys that can wrestle his style on Raw than he does on SmackDown, in my opinion. So I like I said, I enjoyed the match. That match was definitely the best match of the night because of the level of emotional investment I had in it. I didn't watch the pre-show matches. I watched everything from the main match with Bayley and Charlotte.
Sasha Banks got squashed.
I know. Oh, come on! I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it later, and I hope to see her get this because any glimpse of Nia Jax looked like she was losing. It kills her. Kills her instantly. So we had to make sure that she looked like she was.
Well, the first thing the fans said was now Sasha is in a doghouse with Vince, and I'm like, doghouse with Vince? What are you guys talking about? Stop it! But I want to go back to something you said there because I gotta touch on it before I forget, and that's I think there's a really fine line between carrying someone in the match. Do we know that AJ Styles is the better wrestler than John Cena? Yes, we do know that, but he's the better wrestler of him in that style of wrestling and sports entertainment. I can't say at all, without a shadow of a doubt, that he was carried in this match. I hate when fans say that, and I'm being honest. That someone getting carried in the match is when someone was carrying Psycho Sid. Psycho Sid got carried in a match. Okay, El Gante got carried in a match. Okay, Disco Inferno got carried in a match. Okay,
oh, gosh.
John Cena doesn't get carried in a match. He has his strengths, he has his weaknesses, and that's just what it is. He has his strength and his weakness. And in this match, to me, when a guy's getting carried, I look at how the match is going itself. A guy who gets beat up all the time in the match, that's the guy that's typically carrying, is having the match be carried for him. And this match, they went back and forth like it was the greatest thing on earth. Again, shout out to Washa Bass, who said, which is a very true statement, and it should be said without malice, with honesty from me. Just like I like to troll you about Cena, and I'm happy for Cena because I'm generally a Cena fan and the person that he is. Flair set the record when the record still meant something, and we have to put that in perspective. That's definitely a tweet, Mike, if you can get that out for us. When Flair won it, when it actually meant something. Winning it now, like we all said it before, we talked about it on our show a couple weeks ago, the prestigious of the title. How can you make titles prestigious again? And I'm gonna say this: I was on a show today, off the cuff radio. You happen to, you joined us on the program, and truth be told, I said to them, I'm going to continue to say it. Fans control everything. You will control who's a heel. You will control who's a face. You will control who you will cheer for. You will control the show, and not, whether it's going to be hijacked or not be hijacked. And until fans, people say, well, WWE's not pushing the younger superstars. There's no new superstars being created. That's because fans won't let it be created. You want it your way, right away. Wrestling's not McDonald's. And last time I checked, McDonald's food isn't real. Just like the WWE. It's a story. I don't see you guys. This is my thing when it comes to wrestling. I don't see people going to see Doctor Strange and writing to Tom Wilden and John Wilden and Josh Wilden, and those guys, and saying, hey, you should do this with your script. I don't see guys writing into General Hospital that's been on for 40 plus years, writing in saying, hey, that's a bad storyline. You should do this. And I don't want to hear guys tell me one more time that everybody doesn't want to go to the WWE. That's like me saying, I'm going to play in the NBA, but that's okay. I'm going to go overseas. I'm going to play in the D League. I'm going to go play, instead of playing in the NFL, I'm going to go play in the Canadian Football League. No, if you don't get a call from the WWE, that's because the WWE doesn't think you're good enough to them. But I don't want to hear that if you don't go to the WWE, that you're still who you are. No, because or not that part that you know, if people say, well, I don't want to go there, and everybody says, well, everybody does want to go there. Everybody who wrestles wants to go to the WWE.
True.
I've interviewed enough of them. I've met enough of them. I know enough of them personally. That is the end all to be all. That's like saying, I'm gonna go up in this room and I'm gonna slide up in this girl, but that's okay. I changed my mind. I'm gonna jag off while she watches me. You're gonna jag off, or you're gonna go up inside of it. It's your choice. That's how dumb it sounds when people tell me, oh, Kenny Omega, he didn't want to go to WWE. Lies.
That's a huge lie. Why would you want to? Now, Mike, let's put it back in that perspective you just said. You have Halle Berry in her prime.
Halle Berry
on one side, or in her prime. Then you have Hillary Clinton on the other side in your prime. Which one you taking? You ain't gonna just settle just because it just happens to have a vagina. You're gonna go for the premium. Just saying.
You want Octomom or you want Beyonce? It's really that simple.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Some people may want Octomom because she's fertile. You know,
that's nasty.
Some weird cats out there.
And there are some weird cats on there. Yo, man, shout out to everybody right now checking out right now on the Wrestling Council checking in. Shout out to my man who's been bothering me all night long via Twitter. My man Arnold Brown checking out the show. My homegirl Bobby Rayner checking out the show. I love the support. Been doing this thing for a long time. Bring it back. Like I said, so tomorrow night at the Raw, unless I gotta be at work at 4:00 in the morning, we're gonna be on this program tomorrow night with our Raw review. Okay. So listen, guys, real fast, we give wrestling shows belt grades. You got something to add before we go and give our belt grade? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was just saying that I get to be mad again on tomorrow's Raw.
We give things belt grades here. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna give this Royal Rumble a 4 out of 5. Again, I'm not gonna sit here and say it was the greatest Royal Rumble. I'm not gonna be that marked that you already think that I am. It was a good show. It was a solid show, but it could have used some improvement. I will say this much. The second best match of the show was Neville. Oh, yes, Neville.
Yeah.
Neville. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
the king of the cruiserweights.
Yeah, that was really good. Really good match.
I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 Brock Lesnar Undisputed Championships. I love that belt. Was my first belt, as I am truly the original belt king. Yeah, y'all all may have more belts than me now, but I was getting belts and you couldn't get them nowhere that you knew how to get them because you couldn't even Google how to get it. Go back to SmackDown 05. Y'all had 1 belt in the crowd, maybe 2, all your life. Eisnet this thing on fire. That's who. Hashtag Belt Kings. Google me. Michael, what's your belt score for the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, the Royal Rumble was decent and everything like that. There's some things, and I'm not giving this grade because I hate John Cena. I'm giving this grade because, I thought that overall they could have did better, especially with the premiere match, which is supposed to be the Rumble match itself. So I'm giving it 3.5. Dashing Cody Rhodes into the ring. So, it was decent. It was decent, but it could have been, like you said, it could have been some room for improvement. I'm not going to be one of those who goes so hard in the paint that John Cena won his number 16. I definitely respect it if you do, because
it's a business decision, man. That's all. That's all.
Business, but I guarantee you, at the SmackDown house show, if I'm there and he comes out, I'm going to start a chant.
You should. You should.
You killed wrestling.
Oh wow! You shouldn't.
It's a business decision. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start fighting Cena fans.
I hope you don't get tickets just for that. Don't call me for tickets now. I might have a hard time giving them to you. I'm not having you go up there and do that to that guy. But listen, like I said, it's a wrestling show, guys. You can enjoy your shows how you want to enjoy them. I'm going to enjoy them how I want to enjoy them. And then how I enjoy them is how I tell you how I feel about the shows. You're entitled to your blogs. You're entitled to your Facebook posts, your Twitter posts. And just like you're entitled to them, I'm entitled to tell you that I think they suck. So listen, guys, we're gonna get up out of here. Mike, I gotta work in the morning. I gotta work in the morning. Listen, it's been fun taking you around the blocks with Mike Knoxxx. Make sure you check us out every single day, Monday through Friday on BD, SIR Radio Networks, Soul and Sports, powered by Fox Sports Radio 1340. Yeah, that's right. We on Fox Sports, y'all. Man, I don't know where you at? Huh? I can't. I'm sorry. What? Oh yeah, okay. We're on Fox Sports, so make sure you check us out. It makes go to iTunes, Stitcher, wherever podcasts are sold. Just type in Soul and Sports, SOULN Sports. Just to, and also the network itself, BDSR Network. We have wonderful shows by from all around the world, from California to Colombia right now. Huggo's going to pull on a show in Bogota. How about that? We're having a show in Colombia. Just leave that pure white Colombian snow where you found it, okay? No Alabama Bam Bam coming back across the borders because we don't want your ass getting locked up. All right, guys, listen. Google us. Check us out on Twitter at Soul and Sports. Please follow us, man. We're trying to get this thing started. We're trying to do it right. We didn't do it right the first time. It's been over a year. We tweet a lot, but we don't do the right things to build Twitter. So come on, help us out there, y'all. Follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, social media, wherever it's sold at Mike Knoxxx. I already told you how I spell this with 3 X's. That's my man, Emmy Richmond, on the Twitter. Listen, guys, we love you. We're taking you around the block with Mike Knoxxx every time leading up to WrestleMania. See y'all later, y'all. Fingers.